Today is July 19, 2025 and we're standing in the middle of a media firestorm. Melania Trump, former First Lady, has launched a jaw-dropping $500 million defamation lawsuit against the cast of The View, citing ongoing personal attacks, mockery of her accent, and false character assassination. While the lawsuit itself stunned political and entertainment circles, it was Greg Gutfeld's savage takedown of Sunny Hostin's reaction that truly lit the internet on fire. This isn't just about legal
And you need to defend yourself all the time. As you may heard, I file a few lawsuits and I'm in the court now because they accuse me of doing stuff that I never did in my life, and they wrote lies, and I will not allow that. I will fight till the end because I don't want that they damage my reputation and my name.
Documents and courtrooms. It's about the culture war, media hypocrisy, and whether daytime TV is turning into a legal battleground. We're going to walk through every detail: Melania's legal case, Sunny's defense, Gutfeld's brutal roast, and what it means for free speech, defamation, law, and the future of public commentary. So buckle up, this one's full of drama, hypocrisy, and some of the sharpest media commentary of the year. Let's start at the source. Melania.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all
That's a
agree on
given.
that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the First Lady anymore.
They agree with you.
She doesn't want to be the First Lady. She destroyed the Rose Garden. Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas. She doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She doesn't want
care.
anything
She
to
doesn't
do with
care
him.
about that.
She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him.
Allegedly.
And she does.
Yeah, how do you know all this?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know all this.
People have to wonder, where does Sunny Hostin get her opinions?
Yeah.
Like you said, it's obviously from her husband. She has to tell her what to say on The View, because without it, she's got nothing up there. She's not very bright. But the problem with her is that she went full racist. She injected skin color into a fairly generic behavior seen in all spouses.
Melania Trump's lawsuit, filed in the Southern District of New York, claims that The View made repeated, deliberate, and malicious attacks on her character, integrity, and public persona. She specifically calls out statements made by Sunny Hostin in May and June broadcasts, accusations that Melania is a silent accomplice, emotionally vacant, and someone who pretends not to understand English to avoid accountability.
Legal
now,
swing.
Well, turns out she's not as oppressed as she claims she is. She's actually the descendant of slave owners from Europe. Here's how she took the news. Roll it.
Wow. I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Greg.
This isn't the first time a public figure has sued a talk show or network, but $500 million. That number made everyone sit up. Legally speaking, Melania has a tough case. In U.S. law, public figures like her must prove actual malice, that a false statement was made knowingly or with reckless disregard for the truth. That's the gold standard from New York Times v. Sullivan.
Reserved Melania Trump is furious. The woman who wants to be First Lady is taking on several media outlets that she says printed false reports about her personal life. Now Melania is threatening to sue. Les Trent has the latest.
Hostin's obsession with race gets thrown back in her face. Today's video comes to us from Sunny Hostin. Sounds like a town. We're in Sunny Hostin. She was on PBS's Finding Your Roots, a show dedicated to researching celebrity ancestry. For context, Sunny is a staunch supporter of reparations and has made a fortune spewing nonsense about white privilege and race.
Very few succeed. Most defamation suits from public figures get thrown out early. So why would Melania even attempt this? Because, like many lawsuits, this isn't just legal. Strategic. A lawsuit like this freezes the narrative. It sends a chilling message to anyone in the media world. Think twice before mocking me on air. And Melania is
and then she bashes the company like they don't pay their workers.
Right.
That's like, so she's still like one of them, she's one of them. But I give him extra money. She's so sweet, that Sunny. Paul, do you catch The View very often? Is it on your DVR?
But it's the view into what? Domestic hell?
Yeah.
I mean, what exactly is it a view into? And who came up with the names, if you think of...
New to this game. In 2017, she sued the Daily Mail for similar defamation and walked away with a hefty settlement. This time, the stakes and the profiler much higher. Enter Sunny Hostin. Instead of backing off, Sunny hit back on air, calling the lawsuit frivolous, anti-democratic, and a threat to journalism. She framed the suit as an attempt to silence women of color and stifle dissent. She claimed her words were opinion protected by the First Amendment.
So how are you feeling, my friend?
I think it's actually pretty interesting that my husband and I have shared roots.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that. And I think it's great for our children to know this information. I guess it's a fact of life that this is how some people made their living, on the backs of others.
But here's where things get messy. While Sunny defended herself under the banner of free commentary, her critics pointed out something else. The View isn't just a panel of opinionated women chatting at brunch. It's a nationally syndicated, multi-million-dollar platform with serious influence. And when you repeatedly attack someone's reputation, it stops sounding like commentary and starts looking like defamation, at least in court. Now, here comes the gasoline. Greg Gutfeld. On his Fox News segment, Gutfeld unleashed one of his most biting monologues in months, mocking Sunny Hostin's defense of free speech, while branding Melania's lawsuit the most entertaining thing Trump's ever done. His tone was pure Gutfeld, dripping with sarcasm, laced with one-liners, and filled with political jabs. One of his key lines: Sunny Hostin wants to say whatever she wants, whenever she wants, until someone says something back. Then she cries, "Foul, that's not journalism, that's narcissism with a mic." He didn't stop there. He brought up past moments where Sunny had herself called for people to be deplatformed for dangerous misinformation. In other words, he accused her of hypocrisy. Greg's argument was clear. You can't be the defender of free speech while simultaneously trying to silence your critics or pretend your words have no impact. Either everyone gets to speak freely, no one does. You can't have it both ways. And here's the kicker. Gutfeld said he doesn't even support Melania's lawsuit fully, but he does support exposing the double standards of liberal media. That segment went viral. Clips from the episode blew up on TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Millions of views in under 24 hours. Comment sections flooded with people either cheering Gutfeld's takedown or slamming him for punching down. But
one day, when we finally strip away this phony race war, it will finally expose this elite mentality. And we'll find out Sunny is just like Marie Antoinette, except she says, "Let me eat
Bait
cake."
was alive and brutal. Now let's take a step back. What is this lawsuit really about? On the surface, it's about defamation. But dig deeper, and it's about control of narrative. Melania Trump has always maintained a tightly controlled public image. She rarely speaks, rarely grants interviews, and often appears aloof. Her silence has been both her armor and her weaknesses. In contrast, The View thrives on tearing down images like that. It's a show built on deconstructing public figures and holding them to account or mocking them for ratings. The problem is, at some point, criticism crosses a legal line. Now let's talk slap strategic lawsuits against public participation. Some critics are calling Melania's case a textbook slap suit, designed to intimidate rather than win. And here's where it gets tricky, because in several states, including New York,